Hi everybody and welcome back to the Joy of Acrylic Pouring. Today we're going to give proof that you can use anything for a canvas. We have just a piece of cardboard that's been painted with regular house paint. Nothing fancy. Here's the house paint. We are using just dish soap. This is Apple Barrel Purple that you can buy at Walmart for 50 cents. This is a $2 paint that you can buy at Target. It's cobalt blue. But you can also use these samples. These are just standard house paints. You can use any kinds of house paints that you want. All house paints are acrylic as long as they're water-based. Don't make the mistake I did and use an oil base with a water base. It just makes a mess.
Spare paint.
And any kind of spare paint you have laying around the house. You can also use just pieces of plywood, especially if you have a handy husband like I do to cut them and even sands them for you. He's so nice. Or you're in the middle of retiling your house, you can just take pieces of scrap tile. You can also buy them at your local hardware store for about 99 cents or so. Now, in general, most people, they use a medium or they use just plain old Elmer's glue and silicone. But that increases your budget. So for today, we're doing a no budget or low budget where you don't have to spend anything. Because most of us, we have wood or maybe tile, but most of us generally can find a cardboard box anywhere and cut a piece to do this. So it doesn't have to cost a fortune, and you can still play with paint and have fun. So for our purposes, this is just a test piece. We're going to see how it comes out. Now I'm going to add a little more soap to this.
And what kind of soap?
And this is just plain old Palmolive dish soap. Mix it in a little bit. We'll see if it creates cells. Add a little bit more to the blue here. See? Not much. Good size dollop. And again, we're just trying to see if this will actually create cells. The worst that happens is it doesn't, and you still got to play with paint, right? Now we're just going to do a flip cup for our purposes. So here's the blue. There's the purple. And for fun, this one has nothing in it but water. I'm going to add a little yellow. I'm going to give it a real quick once through just to see what it does. And it looks like I might need just a little more variation of the yellow. One more little quick. And we're going to flip it. 1, 2, 3. Give it a minute to kind of run down a little bit. I'm going to twist it. There, see it's coming out. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Plop. So far, I'm not having very much success. with cells.
Some.
There are a few. And if you let it sit a minute, there might be a few more that develop. And we shall see. There are a few that are developing. Certainly not the same kind of cellage that you get when you use silicone, but for a no budget or low budget and stuff, you just kind of have laying around the house. It works. Now I'm curious. I'm going to take over the camera here. And, I don't know. I'm looking at the colors and I'm seeing how they're separating more. I'm seeing the movement. And yeah, you can see a few cells popping up here or there. So for kicks, we're going to run some of this blue around. And by the way, you can do this on top of wet paint, and it makes it move a little better. I'll use a little more of this yellow. I'm going to kind of outline it. Run it through there. Let's see what that does.
Save some for the corners if you need it.
Well, I don't think I have enough paint really to...
I was seeing a face in that. I wonder if anybody else was seeing the face, like a guy with a mask on.
I don't really have enough paint here to
If you
cover
see the
this.
face in that I was talking about, the guy with the mask, please comment down below. Now it changed faces. Looks like you got an open mouth and a tongue and a nose. Kind of cool. I don't know if you guys are seeing it.
I'm seeing a butterfly.
You're seeing a butterfly here somewhere. I'm not seeing it. It really depends on how you're looking at it.
But that's what's neat about this type of art. And like I said, I know I don't have enough paint on this to cover the board, but it was a test piece. And if I leave it sit, I was going to leave it sit just like it is, because this part would be really neat to take a macro of and make jewelry with. If I just let it dry, just like this, and leave it alone. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because there are some neat little movement in there. It's tilted too much.
Straighten it out.
And trying to try that. Try that. There we go. That's better. And I can make some jewelry out of it. That's what's neat about this. There's so many applications you can use for this. And so what if the whole piece of cardboard isn't covered? I happen to have a good camera. I can take a very good close-up of it and play with it. But not wanting to mess up some of the neater area, I didn't get as many cells this time. And I don't know, but one of my favorite tools here lately, believe it or not, has been the handy dandy plastic fork. You can do some pretty cool effects. Just drawing out the paint. Now I'm being extremely gentle here because I really don't want to disturb part of this. Because I like some of the effects that it's had. But you can see here, well, see, I don't want to play with that part. So we're going to play up here. a little bit and just see.
Try using all 5 prongs. The audience might see where it's not really showing up right now.
No, it's not.
Not on this.
But
But
it does leave some pretty cool effects. In fact, I have one piece where we did the fork, and I'll have to take a picture and put it on my Facebook. The Joy of Acrylic Pouring, and you'll get to see where the fork did leave some pretty good examples of moving the paint around and getting neat effects. But here's to hoping you learn something. Here's to hoping you give it a try. And here's to hoping you like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget me on Instagram and Facebook, both at The Joy of Acrylic Pouring. May you have a blessed day. Thanks for watching. Leave me comments. Bye.
like and share.